It's just a short boat. But it comes in my head. There's so much shit in my head. What did the symbols whisper?
Where are you going? It's not over between us.
Nazi Entertainment.
Hello everybody, this is D-Laps and welcome to my channel. I'm here to review Dead Space 2. This came out in 2011 on Xbox 360. Just recently it became backwards compatible, so I decided to give it another shot. The first thing I noticed that there's like a Dead Space recap. I thought that was pretty cool. There's a variety of difficulties you can choose, and I would have to say this game doesn't fuck around. Within the first 5 minutes you see this.
Now, I can explain everything, but you gotta trust me, okay? Listen, you're in terrible danger.
The story's a little weird and confusing, but basically it's about this religion called Eulitology, kind of like Scientology, and they really like this arc and they believe it's like the second coming of Christ and it's going to make the world better, but really just makes people into fucking gross monsters. The story is played out through extremely gorgeous cutscenes, or sometimes you get audio log and video logs throughout your adventure.
Cut off their limbs. It's the only way they go down. It's their limbs. That's the secret. Comms are down. We can't.
Who comes back? Who?
This is survival horror at its best. I think this is way better than Dead Space 1. The gameplay is way smoother than it was in the original Dead Space. I found aiming at enemies and also dodging them a lot easier. Also, I think the details in the environments and the enemies are crazy. Like, they get ripped apart to little tiny pieces and sometimes guts come out and these little wormy things start chasing you. It's intense. Now, you're not only going to find cool weapons in this game, your telekinesis and your stasis power returns. Your telekinesis is the same old, you can grab stuff in the air and move it around, yada yada, and your stasis power lets you freeze stuff or slow it down. But what I really like about the weapons is that each weapon has an alternate fire. Like for instance, the poker. You shoot the poker into the enemy and you push the right button on the controller, the enemy will get electrocuted. I love shit like that, and all the weapons have an alternate fire. Now throughout these 15 chapters, you're going to find a lot of supplies just laying around like ammo, health, and also there's a store that you encounter where you can buy new weapons. But you have to find the schematics for them first. Also, you can upgrade your weapons and your armor rating. But the thing that totally sucks about that is that you need these power nodes, and there's very few throughout the game. Like, I mean, they're scarce. Like, they're really hard to find. And if you do, sometimes you don't even use them to level up. Sometimes you can use them to get into an access point where you normally can't to find supplies. So it's kind of like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that with my power? But I'll be realistic. I only leveled up my handgun and my armor. And this game was way too easy, even on a harder difficulty, it's way too easy. One thing that this game does amazing though is with elements like paranoia. Like all the time you're going through the game, you have no idea what's really going on, except that you have to survive, and you think everyone knows more than you. Also, it deals with claustrophobia, being in small and tight places. It can be freaky for almost anybody, like getting stuck in an elevator. And there's a lot of small, narrow places when you're playing this game. It is intense. And this game deals with a lot of nyctophobia. That's where you're scared of the dark more than you should be. And this game is dark and freaky, and there's things in the shadows, you can hear them. The sound in this game is amazing. Now you take all those crazy elements and you throw them in Isaac Clarke's head, and things are just spiraling around in there, and it's going crazy because he's seeing the craziest shit, and you experience that too. But I think throughout the years, because of the horror games I've played, it's not as scary or psychologically scary as it impacted me back in the day. This is just me, but could they put a little bit of humor? Just a speck? It's just relentless hatred and horror. It'd be nice to have a little bit of a comedy moment. Just like a ha ha ha. But nope. Oh my god, Isaac, thank god I got a hold of you. You gotta listen. The whole place is covered with monsters. They're everywhere. Oh my god, there's bodies. They're torn apart. They're destroyed. You've done horrible things that used you to do horrible things. You gotta listen, Isaac. This is important. This is really important. A pirate walks into a bar and he has a steering wheel in his fly. The bartender looks at the pirate and then he looks at the steering wheel and he says, hey buddy, there's a steering wheel at your pants? And the pirate says, it's driving me nuts. Oh, come on, Isaac. That's gold. That's fucking gold and you know it. You know what? I'm not helping you anymore. Screw you, Isaac. Also, I think some of the environments, man, they all kind of look the same. They threw like a blood splatter here or a dead body over there, but a lot of the environments just kind of like repeat. Alright, one last thing I want to mention before I rate this are the set pieces. The thing that explodes and everything smashes around? Yeah, that stuff. Now, wasn't that crazy? I want more set pieces like that throughout the game. There wasn't enough. And also, flying around in zero gravity was pretty cool too, which wasn't enough in the game either. Alright, so I'm going to rate this a 9 out of 10. This game is intense. It is on par with the new Resident Evil. Like, if you haven't played this yet, then you are missing out. But I feel like they just touched the cliche trope just a little bit too much, with the scares and such. And I feel like new games like Resident Evil 7 has changed things a bit, but that's just my opinion. So I give this a 9 out of 10. Thank you very much, everybody. If you enjoy this, please give a thumbs up. Comment below is great too, and yeah. Oh, and eventually I'll be reviewing Dead Space 3. So let me know what you think of that. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna go down because now I'm going to do something.